Dineró. Neskimo Dineró. Yeah. Neskimo Dineró. Yeah. Been an hour since I hit you, where you at, baby? 12 out and I'm stuck off in the trap, baby. Ops keep riding through, come bring the strap, baby. Never had no daddy, so the trap raised me. Yeah, I'm a trap, baby. Pull up in the trap, baby. Yeah, I'm a trap, baby. Yeah, I'm a trap, baby. Pull up in the trap.
You finesse boy, you a whole pussy, my will wear a thong. Now you wonder how your bitch know every word of all my song. Now you thought I fell off, but bitch, I'm right back on. No, you thought you weakened me, but I'm still standing strong. Keep my name out your mouth, pussy nigga, watch your tone. Crab ass nigga, best not ever cross my path again. Slice your face from side to side, leave you with a Joker grin. Stand up, Gucci rifle, be the same, what to do you in. Smiles full of jealousy, nobody wanna see you win. They had your location, heard you recording conversations. Scared to go to jail, the grave your final destination. Draco make you abort mission, boy you gon' take a L. Flip a coin, you going missing. Just a dead body, smell that hate shit gon' come back on you. You best not go to sleep, send that roses to your family. Tonight you rest in peace. Draco make you abort mission, boy you gon' take a L. Flip a coin, you going missing. Just a dead body, smell that hate shit gon' come back on you. You best not go to sleep, send that roses to your family. Tonight you rest in peace. Boy, you gon' take a L.
Yeah.
That dead body smell.
Yeah.
Tonight you rest in peace.
Like the colder that food's gotten, the better it is. That's definitely not good.
Yes, sir.
Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, man, y'all already know what the fuck going on, man. It's your boy Sky Dineró, reporting live from the north side. It is Dineró time. Man, I got the motherfucking homie, the GOAT, the legend, the motherfucking OG, triple OG, double OG. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, man. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all already know what it is. Your boy is PROF in the building, aka Mr. Good Though, aka Mr. Motherfucking Bitches is in the building too. So we got somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
In the building.
But nah, for real, what's up, North Carolina? What's up?
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Time in this bitch.
Hey, man, as always, man, we ain't in here for a long time. We just in here for a good time, man. Just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just we're gonna conversate just a little bit. Man, start from the beginning. Tell me about PROF.
Oh, man.
What's the beginning of PROF? How did PROF come up? Like for people that don't know, like for the audience that don't know, how did PROF come up to being PROF? How did you come to being PROF? I want to know that story.
I got the name PROF in Cincinnati. When I lived in Cincinnati.
Okay, so you from Cincinnati?
I lived up there. I mean, I'm from fucking everywhere for real.
Okay.
Yeah, that's famous.
Shit, we'll make one.
Anyway, so I'm in Cincinnati and shit, and you know, I ain't know nobody at the time. I just got to that city and shit, and I meet this cat like the first day. They got bags, and he's like, "Oh, I'll front you some bags."
How old was you at this time?
I was probably like 17, some shit like that, when I showed up to Cincinnati. And so then when I show up there, I end up with these bags. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't know nobody to get them off to neither, because I ain't know nobody. But I was like, they gonna give me the bags.
So you always had bags.
You know what I mean? I was like, you gotta take every opportunity. You know
so you always had the dream.
There was no other. I didn't know how else I was going. What the fuck I was even gonna do there? You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I got these bags. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I start going to the colleges. I start fucking meeting people and making connections. So I end up with this group of little goofies and shit. I mean, they was all cool, but it was like, you know, I always had a way to like connect the streets and like the college kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to like use. To be in one lane and take that. I mean, it took that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers, like, plugs always saw that I was money. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what got me through a lot of this shit. That and the fact that I could spit. But, like, in the beginning, you know, a lot of the low-level motherfuckers, bro, they hated the fuck out of me. Yeah. They're like, bro, little white kid out here, bro. We don't even know this motherfucker. He came out of nowhere. Right. But all the plugs, bro, they knew. They told me bags. I'm going to different neighborhoods. I'm not staying here.
So that brings me to my next topic. So that's like you coming along.
I didn't even tell you the whole story.
Come on.
All right, so look. Anyway, I got these goofies and shit running around. They start to sell the bags for me and shit. Right. And they was a little younger than me though, you know what I'm saying? And so like they knew everybody in the city and shit. So I'm giving them the bags, they getting the money, and I start trying to tell them, you know, how to do better, how to not be
trying to inspire.
You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers like, bro, you like a goddamn professor, bro. All you ever do is be out here preaching, fucking teaching everybody some shit. You always trying to do some shit. And so it came from that shit. Motherfuckers started calling me professor.
Oh, okay.
After like, you know, a couple weeks of that shit, that was too long.
I wanted to say, I was just not a pro. I wanted to say,
like,
did it come from
that was too long for the goddamn streets, you know what I'm saying? So it turned into fucking PROF.
Right.
That was all before the rap. I mean, I was rapping, but it's like, I didn't have a rap name at the time, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I was going around with a different rap name. But then once people started calling me that shit, it stuck for so long. When the rap really started to go, that was already my name, you know what I'm saying? And so it just kind of connected and went. And then like 5 years later, I get some goddamn email from fucking some record label in like Utah or somewhere, and they're like, we own the PROF name, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop. You gotta stop this.
Getting on, man, that is the first thing. That's the hardest shit to do.
I'm telling you, there's another white dude out there in fucking Colorado.
It's two Scotty Dineros right now.
I'm telling you.
Scotty Dineró and a Scotty Dineró right now. I'm like, bro, when I first made Scotty Dineró, wasn't none. Now it's two more motherfuckers. And they more popping than me. What the fuck?
Oh, bro, that dude's more popping than me too. But that's how they found me, and I didn't find them. You know what I'm saying? Like. But at the same time, like, I thought it was total fucking cap. But then when I looked back, I started to see like these skyrockets with all these negative comments and shit, and started to realize that motherfucker, his fans was buying my shit on iTunes. I probably made a couple racks from them thinking that they was him and it was me, and they was mad. They like writing on iTunes, hey, this the wrong dude, give my money back and all this shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck y'all motherfuckers. But after that shit, that's where the its came from. I had to change it to an extent where, but I mean, I already done work with major artists, so we couldn't just change the goddamn name. So went to It's PROF, and then that's, you know, where we are today.
Yeah. So what inspired you musically? Where did that come from?
Man, I have no idea. I think in the beginning, I think it was just like
you were just spitting.
I could always spit. You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, I could always spit. I was always like, I was rapping on cassette tapes. I was rapping when I was like 12. But like by the time I got to like, you know, being older and shit, it kind of became like a party trick. Like we go to parties and motherfuckers, everybody's like, oh, my dog, man, he can spit, he gonna fucking eat your people. You know what I'm saying? So it would be like this thing where we'd like do these battles at these parties and shit. I would always eat everybody up and shit. And then when we got to Cincinnati, the Cincinnati shit kind of exploded to where I ended up with a crib with a bunch of fucking drugs in a goddamn warehouse, and it turned into this giant party drug scene. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was right beside the colleges, it was right off from the hood, so it was set up perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then so
I can imagine back in there.
Oh, bro,
I already know the
when my plugs finally came, because in the beginning they was weird about me too, because I was just some random white kid that showed up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like. But once I convinced the motherfucker to come check it out, I'm like, you know, the only reason I could was because his little homie, his little nerdy dude in Cincinnati, little nerdy black dude, he was smart as fuck. And he ain't tell me that his people was the plug for months. He was just kicking it with me and being my dog. And then once he got to know me, he was like, look, I can probably connect you with some people, but like, they don't like white people. And I'm like, oh, fuck it, let's run it. Let's see what's going on. Anyway, he finally ends up coming to my spot and sees what it is. He just sits in the background. You know, he's an OG, 40-year-old cat, real pimp smooth type motherfucker. Yeah. He walks in the party and say nothing, just sits in the back and he sees, you know, hundreds of kids buying drugs, doing the drugs with us over and over. Like, he was like, oh shit.
Just on the scene.
He was like, this is big money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, so we all ended up working out from that shit. And that's when he started bringing his friends to the party, and I would eat them motherfuckers. Yeah, so he was like, "Oh, I got real spitters that gonna come see what's up."
So you was battling.
But see, I was battling on some party shit. They would always come trying to battle on some gangster street shit, and I would be like, I'd be like joking motherfucker about his shirt, about his fake jewelry or whatever. Everybody be laughing. Everybody be laughing. So it's easy to win. You know what I'm saying?
I've been in some little battles.
It's easy to win when you
remember coming up. You had to.
Exactly. Like you can only say I'm gonna kill you.
If you spit, you gotta spit. Right there, you gotta spit that shit.
Exactly, that recycled shit, like none of that works. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
right there.
No doubt. But so anyways, when I started eating bruh's people up, that's when he was like, oh shit. He was the first one that was like, hey, you can actually do this for real. Yeah. Like this isn't a party trick. Like I got studios, I got connects. Like we gonna make some shit happen. Yeah. And so that's when I first got into real studios and started recording real music. And it wasn't a couple months later that bruh got busted at the border coming back with big bags of not weed. And so that was that. And so when he got locked up, he got out for a little second, but he was done. And so we ran up the bag for a little minute, and he's still out there. And this shit was like 12 fucking years ago, 14, I don't even know when the fuck it was since now. It was fucking forever ago. But when that happened, I bailed, because I mean, it was up, time was up, it was all bad. He's the only reason it all worked, because he was in charge and he understood the money and the value of me. His people right under him, they hated the fuck out of me because he became my right-hand man, and they was like, bro, we did years for you. And you were kicking it with bro.
Alright, so yeah, so he got you in the dough. So I want to skip to what I want to skip to like what I think is like a pivotal point in your career where like I already knew you, but then I was like, yo, like it's just all you saying, like I'm about to like tie that shit together, like where we at, like
facts.
What was it like? And like I listen to this motherfucker to this day. What was it like working with Kasky, man? Shout out to Kasky. He about to drop. He dropping the album soon, like right now.
Kasky,
man. He one of them ones. They like, y'all seen y'all music, and I'm like, yo, y'all like I was telling Jerm, like you and Jerm both, all y'all is like, all us doing this shit for real is like just inspiration, because like really we got, bro.
Oh, that's facts. And I mean, that's the thing cats don't understand. That like motherfuckers is still working together and supporting and sharing, like motherfuckers, it takes a team and a network type shit. You know what I'm saying? But around North Carolina never understood that shit. They all want to put themselves up while trying to drag everybody else down. You know what I'm saying? And like they don't do that in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that in motherfucking Texas and shit.
Yeah, what was it like, man? Working with that boy? Like, I want to know, like, cause I feel like he's a pure soul, man.
Oh no, he is, bro. Like I mean,
like to the game, especially like. I listen to his music now. Like I said, man, I just connect with him.
He definitely look. I've been to Instagram. He the first thing that pops up. Like we be talking still all the time. We actually got another joint. Me and Kasky and Tom McDonald have a song together, but that shit hadn't came out yet. And me and Kasky are supposed to do another song coming up, cause he's on tour right now with Doobie and shit.
Yeah, he about to have it too, man. Like I said, man, shout out that boy, man.
They coming to they coming to Virginia, so they supposed to come out of studio because we supposed to do some little thing with Yellow Wolf too. But anyways, so the Kasky thing came out of my homies. My homie was the biggest Kasky fan in the goddamn world. Right. I used to not understand how the game worked and shit. I used to think I wanted my favorite rappers to be my features. You know what I'm saying? When really, that's not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to use features of somebody that has a similar fan base to your kind of music. So they already like to listen to that type of shit. Kasky's music was drug type, tattooed up type shit music, and that's exactly what my shit was. You know what I'm saying? So that feature made sense. My homies met him at one of his shows back years ago, and they like FaceTimed me and some shit, and they was playing my shit. They was like, bro, rock with your shit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then a couple weeks go by, and he had hit me, and he was like, yo, I'm in the booth. If you try and get the feature, send me some bread. And I'm like, all right, what kind of bread you talking about? And he was like, I think he said like 1,500 or some shit. And I was like, look, bro, I can get that, but like, you in the studio right now, like this second, I got $500 I can see you right this second. And he was like, fuck it, send it. So I sent it. All right, so I sent the shit. He's like, I got you right now, I'm in here, I'm gonna send you a track back today. I don't get the track. And the next day comes, I don't get the track. And then third, fourth day comes, bro, I don't get the track. I'm like, I'm hitting bro, I'm like, yo, what's good? And then it's only $500. I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way.
Yeah, don't tell it without like that, man.
Anyway, like two weeks later, bro. 2 weeks later, this motherfucker hits me back, dog. Because at this point, I don't know Kasky yet. You know what I'm saying? This is I don't know. I'm thinking that he probably ran off with my shit. But 2 weeks later, he hits me back. He's like, my bad, bro. Oh, my bad. I thought you fucking gay. But anyway. He told me, he was like, hey bro, my bad, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't freestyle the shit. He's like, the shit was hard. I was freestyling everybody's verses that day. I freestyled a couple times, shit wasn't it, so I didn't want to send this shit to you. So I'm like, alright, man. So he sends me the track.
Alright, man. Alright, man, but shit, that's what it is. Like I said, shout out to him still. He doing his thing.
I know it was dope, because then we need to do a video down in Orlando. That shit was hard.
Talk about how you and Jerm met, because like I said, like I'm going right back to that. Right. Like how me, you, and Jerm, like
that's a good story.
Talk about that shit, man. Yeah, it's us. Talk about us.
Jerm, dog. Alright, so Jerm.
Yeah, how'd you and Jerm come along?
Jerm,
he was on.
Jerm was dating my little brother. Like he's not my actual brother, but like my brother. He was dating my little brother's older sister and shit, and they've been dating for a little minute because my homie kept telling me. He's like, bro, I got this homie. He rapping. You know what I'm saying? He wants to link with you, he wants to get with you, he wants to get on some shit. I'm like, alright. And I just never did. You know what I'm saying? Because I get that shit from all the people all the time. You know what I'm saying? And my homie probably told me this like 20 times, and then one day I just happened to be right around not doing shit. I was like, fuck it. I pack up the studio, because back then the studio was like some shit I could just carry around in my car. You know what I'm saying? And I pull up on where it was, We meeting, we vibe, you know what I'm saying? We set the shit up. There's some people at this house, a little, like, they ain't part, but there's some people going on. We get him on the mic. I swear, Jern do like 25 goddamn takes for his verse. Yeah, I swear he do like 25 fucking takes. Cause I mean, it's brand new. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the beginning of him spitting. And, you know, then I do my shit and I just want to take it. And everybody's like, oh, shit, yeah. I can tell motherfucker was stopped to be like, I ain't know, bro, that good yet. So I was like, he was dope, but I bet you he ain't never gonna call me. Yeah. And bro called me the very next day. He was like, bro, you gotta come back. I got money, dog. Like, let's work. And he wanted to work every day. And he ended up becoming my best motherfucking friend. You know what I'm saying? He ended up being my dog that we went through. But like, that shit, and I mean, I tell you right now, to this day, at this moment, like, that motherfucking shit fire. He's ready. He's ready for what it is. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? All the rest of the shit is politics. But that shit he be making right now, he's cranking out motherfucking hits. And I'll be rocking with this shit.
Shout out to boy Jern, man. Yeah, just touching on that. Like
already, my dog who's in Vegas right now, you motherfucker. Spending all the goddamn bread in these fucking crazy ass streets.
I got some little announcements.
Let me
shout out some announcements right fast. Right here. You heard it first on Dineró time, man. Hey, listen, man. We got Bottomsville Summer coming, man. August motherfucking 19th, man. On a Friday, man. You already know what the fuck coming on. We trying to get the merch together too, but you already know. Shout it out, man. Hey.
Whatever you want, we're gonna get you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you
and that gets me right into my next topic. Talk about your recent success. Shout out. What's on the chart? My boy just hit didn't you hit number 1?
Oh yeah, last row just hit number 1 on the mix chart, bro. That shit was crazy too because like that shit went up.
Clap it up in the back. That boy hit number 1, man. Clap it up in the back. Clap it up, bro.
I y'all bitches hit line. It's pro on the snap. I was at the camera on that. Real shit though. You know. Last row, new videos coming out in a month because we've shot most of it, but I gotta get the girl to come back. Good though, the video's still not out for that either. That's coming. I got like 8 videos in 2 mixtapes that's about to drop all in like the course of like a week. You know what I'm saying? And you know we got a lot of shit coming. Like my last joint, my last album dropped, Better Late Than Never. Caught that shit. Fucking get on the website, it's PROF.com. Bring me your monies.
Hey man, last topic, right quick. What would you tell artists that's coming up now? What would you tell them that we didn't know?
Fucking
just touching on shit fast. Pay attention.
Bruh. Alright, I'm telling you. Artists that are coming up now, if you want to make this shit for real, you have to really eat and love and breathe and sleep and die this shit because you just wasting your time and you discrediting yourself if you just fucking around and posting shit on Facebook and having some. I mean, if you got a hobby and all that shit, it's fun or whatever. But if you want to treat it like a business and be successful as a business, you have to have a budget, you have to have a plan, and you need dope music. So the first step is get in the goddamn studio. Don't make shit on your cell phone. Don't make low quality music because the game will only give you one listen.
Stay in the stew.
Your friends only give you one listen.
Get out the streets and stay in the stew.
All day. All day. Pay for what the fuck you shit. Like you gotta pay for things to make it in this life. And if you think you get anything for free, whether it's rap shit or any fucking thing, I don't give a fuck. You ain't get McDonald's for free. You know what I'm saying? So why the fuck y'all think y'all finna get hit records out here? Like it don't make no sense. Promo. And work harder, motherfuckers. That's it.
Work harder, man. Shout your social out, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm about to get out here.
Man, the social is PROF.com. Follow the shit. YouTube.com/isprof. Subscribe. Like I said, mad new shit is about to drop. All kind of shit. The new single, I guarantee you, finna run up the charts again. So we out here, man. North Carolina. Yo, check out Germ Hatchet. Check out Scotty Dineró. Check out everybody out here that's working. At least these motherfuckers is on.
At Scotty Dineró on Instagram. At Scotty Dineró on Snapchat. On YouTube. Scotty Dineró. Dineró Time channel. Hey, Bottomsville Gaming. I'm about to go live stream right fucking now, man.
Yeah. Go get that shit.
What else? Two Bands. You in the back. Shout some shit out. Oh. Two Bands. Mr. Bitches.
Austin Martin on YouTube. Mountaineer Athletics on YouTube.
Miss Bitches.
Mountaineer Athletics on Instagram.
That's the coolest name I ever heard, bro. I wish I had my rap name. Like, now I'm jealous.
Mr. Bitches.
Mr. Bitches.